Hello? Hello?
Podcast Network Asia.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hey, this is Zeta Zay.
Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Talent is not sexually transmitted.
You need to go back to the drawing board because your game absolutely sucks!
Hey everyone, this is Jeff Cobb.
I'm Lewis Howley. I'm Sam Spoker. We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Hello, my name is Ilya Dragunov, the star, the NXT UK champion, and you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stancy, Rowen ASH on an audio-only episode. We don't get to do a lot of these with Rowen these days because he is on academic leave, but your favorite Dabarkads is back because we're doing a review of MWF Road to Fate, which took place earlier this month at the PETA Theater. So Rowen's got a lot of notes. If you've been to our Patreon page, you might have already seen what he has to say, but he's going to go into detail on all of the things that he liked and some of his points for improvement on MWF. All of that will be part of this special audio-only episode. But before Rowen breaks down his Road to Fate experience, we just want to say thank you to everybody who's been really supporting the Wrestling Podcast. You can start off by subscribing on Spotify, leaving us a 5-star rating, and letting people know that we exist. So go ahead after you listen to an episode, give us that 5-star rating, or better yet, you can subscribe to our patron program on Patreon.
That's right. We have another pay-per-view, our premium live event happening in a few weeks from now. That's going to be Extreme Rules on October 9, Sunday, Manila time. So if you want to be a part of that watch party right here on our shores, on our Discord community, all you got to do is subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/wrestling podcast. For as low as $5 or 280 pesos or whatever the exchange rate is now. Kasi humihina ang ating peso against the dollar. Bongbong pa. All you got to do, you get access to our Discord community where we talk about wrestling, sports, fashion, TV, music, movies, video games, a whole bunch of good stuff under the sun with our patrons. You also get to pick our thoughts on many different things, and that's where we also hold the watch parties. You get exclusive access to our review content, TV shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Rampage, Dynamite, and also live events like MWF Action Novela and MWF Road to Fate, which Rowen is about to do right now. And also you get merch. Either you get a free shirt from our freshly released line of shirts, or you get a chance to be part of our pasabais from online stores, whether it's in the US, UK, Japan. If we're going to buy, you can be a part of that as well. Again, for a low price of $5 or 280 pesos, only at patreon.com/wrestling podcast.
All right, let's start the review proper here, and let's go to Rowen because theater kid.
Yeah. Rowen is gonna do the review, but I want to know what you think because you're here as a fan. You're not gonna. I'm not asking you to be markety about it, but as a fan who has it's been your second live show since the pandemic. So what do you think of the whole thing, and the experience of watching just as a fan?
I'm gonna be honest on the record and say that more and more I actually don't miss being a performer. Like, the more shows I attend, but hindi ko na siya na-miss because I love waking up at whatever time I get to wake up on a Sunday. I don't miss having to lug around like a big bag with all my shit at the show and having to stress about what to wear, being out there, interacting with people. I just like the feeling now, okay, I get to have a seat, I get to watch the show for like 3-4 hours and just have fun with my friends or with our friends and, just not really care about anything. So, na-enjoy ko siya and I'm thankful that MWF exists for me to have this type of reason to go out and be with our friends in a physical space.
I agree with you there. That's kind of why, like, I am happy right now with the commentary role. Like, they are paying me to watch wrestling and and talk about wrestling without actually having to wrestle. So, again, I'm not there yet, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. But right now, it's fun to just watch it and contribute without having to physically perform. So that's my take on the whole thing. All right, so yeah, let's move on to Rowan's review.
Yeah, sige. As a theater kid growing up, what was it like watching actual wrestling inside PETA of all places?
Yun nga eh. So, I remember in-enroll ako ng mom ko back in 2015 in PETA Theater. And fast forward to our graduation show, me and some of my friends that happened to be a wrestling fan, we were like imagining na paano kaya kung nagka-wrestling ring dito sa venue na to. Oh, doon na nag-umpisa yung manifestation ko na, oh, it's gonna happen.
For once, I'm gonna debunk your manifestation, and I know for a fact that you are not the only one who manifested. Who manifested the wrestling show happening at PETA. Kasi as you know, si William Elvin and Tarek El Tayech was talking in front of the crowd right before the show started, and they said that as theater people, they manifested the wrestling show happening at PETA. So it's not just you.
Yeah,
so you don't get to take credit for this.
Yeah. I was gonna get on that point. And when they said that, naalala ko tuloy, which na I reminisced with my friends na naalala ko yung mga what we were talking about during our rehearsals, during our graduation show, na there could be a wrestling event happening here. Like I think there's enough space to put a wrestling ring in there. Yeah, it really is like it really makes me happy na nangyari nga siya. And it really means a lot to me as a wrestling fan because I wouldn't expect it happening. Unbelievable.
Okay. All right. As a bit of market research, I want to ask, how was the venue? I mean, may bias ka, yes, pero as a wrestling spectator, how was the venue? How was it easy to get to? Was it conducive for wrestling? Was it everything you dreamed of as a venue for pro wrestling?
Oh, I could say that. And also the venue, like malapit lang siya. It's really accessible. It's like Ateneo na malapit lang. I live in the QC area, so it's really accessible for me. Unlike dati yung pagka PWR, it's in Makati always. So parang mahirapan pa ako mag-commute and all. But when it comes to MWF, madalas sa QC, it's really easy for me.
What about actually being inside the theater? Sige, nandyan ka, you're seeing the ring. Can you describe for someone, a wrestling fan, who can't imagine the PETA Theater housing a wrestling show?
Okay, so yung pinaka-venue, it's like orchestra? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's where we were seated, yeah.
All right, so it's an orchestra. May balcony siya and all. It's small. Parang mas maliit pa siya kaysa sa NXT arena. Parang kalahati siguro nun. And then, so sobrang liit nun. And with the, what do you call those stuff na nakadikit sa wall, like to echo the sounds? It makes like even small sounds bigger and makes the show even like enjoyable.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get to the actual show. What were your expectations heading into Road to Fate?
In-expect ko na may enjoy ko talaga siya and I would go home happy because we're gonna crown a new champion. And because we're gonna crown a new champion, I felt like we're in championship spirit. So I brought my WWE Championship belt during the event.
Okay, yeah, sige. Let's talk about that. Let's put you over a bit here because you actually got yourself like 3 seconds of fame on an ABS-CBN show because you were the guy who brought his WWE Championship belt to a wrestling event. So, ba't mo naisipang gawin yun? And what was it like seeing yourself on TV?
Well, okay. So, ako naisip ko lang na to bring my belt because it's a wrestling event and I think I would get attention for it. And it worked. Now,
pansin.
Buti di ka pinag-defend ng belt kasi may dala kang malaking belt eh.
Oo nga. Could have been other smart asses like yourself.
And then I lost it. Thank God I didn't. But yeah, bringing my belt, it would get attention. But napansin ko there was a camera following me. I thought magpipicture lang siya and I thought that guy is from MWF. So ako, stolen lang ako, pasimple lang ako. And we were like talking with Tarek that time.
Mm-hmm.
Pasimple lang ako, ganun. Tapos video pala.
Yeah, look at you realizing belatedly that your mask was on upside down.
Yes, exactly. It's so embarrassing. And nagtataka din ako, like nobody told me about it. But
no, it's okay. It happens. Like they don't really know. I mean, it's
Pero
not a big
like,
deal.
yeah, Admin Angelo and Julian told me about it. Hindi naman nila napansin, so buti na lang. But it's still an exposure for the Wrestling podcast, so I'm happy for it.
Yeah, good luck na lang sa mga nagtatry i-decipher yung logo natin kasi nakabaligtad siya at maliit pa. So, thanks, Rowen. Good job. Okay. What were the things that stood out to you wrestling-wise from the show?
Okay, so it's the drama and excitement. Like, parang every single wrestler who performed that very night, parang mahal na mahal nila yung sport. Bukod doon, parang pinakita nila yung passion nila and how they are willing to give their all and para pasahin yung fans. And kitang-kita natin that they are very hardworking. Even the production stuff, like they are behind me, like the tech stuff, they are working hard. Like ibang cameraman pa nga na papagalitan eh.
What were the matches you were looking forward to seeing the most?
What I look forward at Road to Fate is, of course, the championship match, the three-way elimination match between JDL, Fabio Makisig, and Nigel San Jose. So, I actually have a question, like, for this match, kasi I believe a few months back when the belt was brought back to MWF, Commissioner Sonny Go said na there will be an interim champion crowned, and eventually will face Ho Ho Lun for the actual championship. So, and then eventually a unification match. And then eventually, nagulat na lang ako, the title was quietly vacated and JDL is the real champion now. So I asked Ro about that. Apparently he's the real champ now. So I'm surprised that they didn't pull off the typical WWE style na mag-unify ng belts or there's like an interim champion versus the real champion. But that's good kasi hindi nila sinunod yun. But it's still upsetting na nangako sila but they didn't deliver. But I still enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because it was quietly phased out. I'm here to fact check, guys. To all listening here, I'm here to fact check facts that Rowan might bring up. And when you mentioned that, I was kind of validated kasi akala ko guni-guni ko lang yung sinabi na interim championship siya. And sometime a while back, they just kind of we all just kind of referred to it as the real MWF champion. So I don't know why that was. I'm not paid to question why that was, but it's here, and I'm just glad that I didn't imagine that being said. But anyway, so yeah, sige, go talk your talk. It's fine. You did hear that, and being the observant fan that you are, you do have the right to question a little bit why that is no longer the case.
Yeah, you mentioned that it was more of a WWE thing, but actually mas nagagawa siya ng AEW.
Yeah.
With all the interim stuff. So since you already mentioned JDL winning the MWF Championship, let's talk about the main event. What did you think heading in, especially since just a day before it was announced na dapat four-way siya talaga, but because Crystal contracted COVID-19 that week, she wasn't able to participate at Road to Fate, so it became a three-way elimination match.
It was really shocking to me that kasi maganda rin yung Fatal 4-way. Mas mapapatagal yung match and there's gonna be a lot of drama there, especially with Crystal being involved. But since she got taken out of illness, well, feeling ko nahirapan din yung mga competitors themselves because they gotta re-strategize. Like they have their game plan already like they already mapped it out. Pero since one was eliminated early, they gotta change their strategy real quick and change it on the fly. And ako naman, during this match, ang manok ko talaga si NSJ, si Nigel San Jose. I've been a fan of him since the Takeshi Oiso Cup. And I don't know, he's just really optimistic and feeling ko siya yung typical babyface na would be like really optimistic. Like kahit ano negativity ang dumating sa buhay niya, he will cheer everyone up and be happy, go on with life.
Yeah, pretty sure that's the definition of optimism.
Yeah.
So your thoughts on JDL being the MWF champion at the end of it?
You know, this is actually a good thing. Sa looking at the contenders, so si Fabio, si JDL, and si Nigel, literally anybody can bring home the gold. It can be anyone. Pero lalo na kay Jake De Leon, international wrestler, multiple-time Philippine champion. I think with that resume and nadagdagan pa yung accomplishments niya, and also being part of the WWE tryout, I think mas magandang exposure for MWF to. And I think he's the right person to hold this responsibility of bringing or holding the belt and represent the promotion.
All right. Any other thoughts on the main event before we move on?
Oh, all right. Nalimutan ko the fact that it was an elimination match. So when NSJ was first eliminated, akala ko JDL was already the champion. But then kinorek agad and it was declared that NSJ was eliminated. And I also love the drama, by the way. And I love how they capitalized on Fabio Makisig's shoulder injury that was caused by Robin Sane in episode 12 of Action Novela TV series. So, magandang drama yung nagawa nila doon, na-capitalize nila, and I think he will have a shot somewhere down the line. That would be all, and congratulations to Mr. Philippine Wrestling Jake De Leon, new champion.
All right. Were you there for the media scrum?
No, I gotta go home early. And before I go home early, nakasalubong ko si Purple Shirt or si Aaron Liwanag. And nagulat ako kasi may malaking mama na nagbabantay sa door. So yeah.
Did he wave goodbye in a friendly way?
No, but he gave me a shoulder tap. No verbal thing. He just said he just gave me a shoulder tap. That's it.
Takot ka, no?
Yeah, I mean, he's menacing, dude.
I guess that's as much as the Bahay ng Liwanag would allow. Speaking of the Bahay ng Liwanag, Brother Jomar emerged as a champion at the end of Road to Fate. He's now the undisputed setup 24/7 champion. Did I get that correctly?
Yes.
Yep, Setup Thailand 24/7 champion.
There you go. Yun. So what did you think about the whole affair, from the pre-match stuff to Ken Warren showing up in the middle of PETA after a blackout scene and Jomar's subsequent victory?
So yeah, the pre-match cinematic scene. Is that the right term? Cinematic scene? It's not a match. So
Yeah, you could call it that.
cinematic scene, yeah. I really love it. It could have been the first ever Philippine wrestling's cinematic match, but it's still good na parang it became a theater thing. I appreciate it. Kahit it didn't go out the way I wanted, but it's still something I enjoyed from the cinematic scene na naka-grab ata si Ken Warren, and then he went in some destination na nag-disappear yung driver, and then suddenly I don't know if nag-hallucinate siya or nagde-delusion siya na like the members of Bahay ng Liwanag are showing up, or it's just his guni-guni. Now,
that big surprise at the end, we saw the face of someone we haven't seen in a while. That was Moises Liwanag. So what did you think about that? Because I didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah, actually, nung nakatalikod, I was thinking, si Moises ba yun? Because we haven't seen him in a while. And tama nga, it was Moises, and he lost a lot of weight. And I want him to be back in a wrestling capacity. Medyo nakulangan ako. And also, the crowd was so happy that he's back na hindi ko narinig yung sinabi niya. He was saying something, but I'll just catch that up on Gang. I'm really happy that he's back, and hopefully we see him wrestling again.
Pilipino ka talaga, Rowen. Una mo sinabi, pumayat si Moises. Okay, what did you think of the way Ken Warren lost the setup 24/7 championship?
I think maganda naman yung laban. Like, what happened is like parang he's pretty much distressed with everything that has happened during that night. Kasi nga, like, naligaw na siya, and he doesn't know what is happening, and then suddenly he's in the middle of the ring competing, not in his wrestling gear. He's competing in his dress shirt. Feeling ko, if I was Ken Warren, I would feel the same way and matatalo din ako easily.
Oh, so you're saying it made sense?
Yeah, it made sense, basically.
Okay.
All right.
It made sense.
Yeah, as his friend and as someone who shared a locker room with him, nagulat ako that he was able to wrestle a match in socks because I've been in the ring and I would never do it in socks. So I think even yung mga actual veterans natin in the country would agree na it's a challenge to wrestle in socks. So that really stood out to me.
Sabi nga nung seatmate ko who was a PWR wrestler na madulas nga daw pagka if you would step in the ring with socks only. So it's props to Ken Warren na he managed to pull it off.
Another big highlight from MWF is Rex Lawin saying goodbye to Philippine wrestling after he lost a match against God Killer David Ravena. So, did you expect na si Rex Lawin yung mamamaalam at the end of it?
Yes, kasi I feel like David Ravena needs this victory more than Rex. Si Rex, I think he has proven enough that he's like one of the pioneers of MWF and he's like one of the greatest wrestler to step in the ring in MWF. So I think David Rabena's time is now. And I wish I saw Rex wrestle more kasi it saddens me that he has to retire. His whole presence is interesting and he's the type of competitor na kakaibiganin mo na lang kesa kalabanin mo.
You mentioned something in your MWF review about David Ravena being promoted for an upcoming event, diba? I think you were the one who pointed this out. So what did you think about that whole fact coming into this Loser Leaves Philippine Wrestling match?
All right, so balik tayo sa AKTV, sa Action Novela episode. There was a match, I believe it was against NSJ. Natalo siya against Nigel San Jose and then he confronted Commissioner Sonny Go and wanted to quit. But then fast forward, him quitting wasn't valid. So kasi contractually he's still with WUW. He's not under MWF contract. And syempre may partnership so parang hindi pwede siyang paalisin. Something like that. And then actually, I feel like hindi masyado na build ng maayos. Like, saan naman lang nagbugbugan muna si Rex tsaka si David Ravena. Parang dun ako nakulangan. Like, parang suddenly, oh, Rex is facing David Ravena. Parang pina-assume na lang sa atin na it's punishment for both guys. So, maglaban kayo to save your careers.
Okay. What does it tell you na si David Ravena yung pinili to retire Rex Lawin in the ring?
I actually feel weird about it. Kasi, I mean, actually, first off, okay lang. Kasi David Ravena is a great heel. Nakakainis siya. And siguro mas nakakainis sa part nung babae na nabasag yung phone where he took a selfie.
Hey, speak for yourself, man. I enjoy God Killer and his antics.
Yeah, sobrang nakaka-enjoy siya, nakakapikon. Pero, it's weird that he has to win this match kasi didn't he want to be out of his contract? Like, didn't he want to quit in the first place? So, here's my question. Bakit hindi na lang siya nag-quit? Like, he voluntarily lose in that match and let Rex win.
I don't know, because he galit siya kay Rex Lawin. Ba't ako magpapatalo kay Rex Lawin just to quit? I can beat Rex Lawin, retire him, then quit afterward.
Yeah, but still, he wanted quit. I wanted to quit because he's really frustrated with everything. His win gets nullified by Commissioner Sadigo. Like I just wish that parang I mean I think it makes sense na nag-quit na lang siya like voluntarily. Like he lost the match, magpapapin siya kay Rex Lawin. I think that makes more sense than actually competing in the match.
Not if you've got like hubris or not if you really want to beat someone up and take them out of their chosen career, diba?
Yeah, fair.
Right. Any other thoughts on God Killer versus Rex Lawin?
Well, nakakapikon si David Ravena and I want to see more of it. So, like, na-enjoy ko siya in Action Novela TV. Like, actually from the Takeshi Oiso, namamangha ako sa kanya, humahanga ako sa kanya, like, from his mic skills. So, feeling ko magiging champion siya someday.
All right, yeah, dude is well spoken. I've had a couple of conversations with him. Just want to say on the record, and congrats to Rex Lawin on a trailblazing run as part of the Philippine wrestling scene. And thanks for all your contributions. And thank you for not kicking my teeth out when you hit me with a surprise super kick all those years ago. So
that happened.
Wow.
Yeah,
yes, that did happen. That is part of MWF canon, sir. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go through the rest of the Road to Fate card. But first, we'll tell you about how you can support the Wrestling podcast with your online shopping over on Lazada.
All right, guys. So payday sales are about to happen, I guess, in a week or so. So if you want to get everything that you want and need from Lazada, kasi hashtag nasa Lazada yan, all you got to do is use our affiliate link, podlink.co/IAM, podlink.co/the letters IAM. Type that in your mobile browser, add to cart, and check out from the app. And what you buy will help us do what we do here in the podcast at no extra cost.
And now a quick word from our other podcasts on Podcast Network Asia. Let's talk about the MWF aspirants because, Rowen, I know you have an affinity for them. I myself also have an affinity for our unnamed aspirants. Lalo na ngayon, sina white shirt at black shirt na lang yung natitira because purple shirt has been given a name as Aaron Liwanag. What did you think about their respective matches?
So a lot of people doubted them, both white shirt and black shirt. Kahit ako, parang in the beginning of their respective matches, I was like, RIP white shirt, RIP black shirt. Pero no, pinakita talaga nila na may ibubuga sila. They gave their all and it was really convincing na they can pull it off. Like they can pull off a victory. White shirt beating Main Max or black shirt defeating SJM. Sobrang convinced ako doon, especially nung nag-tie na yung score nila. And I love how the crowd deflated like when they both lost. Na-enjoy ko yun. I love how the crowd also got work na mananalo si Black Shirt. Lalo na si Black Shirt. Actually, I have something to point out with Black Shirt. So, I remember back in Republica, parang masyado siyang nag-showboat, parang masyado siyang nagyayabang in his match against Razael. Tapos parang he got so overzealous that he lost. Pero parang naging learning lesson niya yon and he parang nagamit niya yon, parang tumanim sa utak niya na okay, I shouldn't do that. And then he just focused on the task at hand, that is to beat up SJM. So he managed to earn 2 points although he didn't win. Pero bumibilib talaga ako sa kanya because he can take down SJM.
Mm-hmm.
And SJM is someone na ayokong makakumpronta because he's really scary.
Yeah, ano siya, he has this automatic rabbit face when he goes out there. So you probably wouldn't want to meet him in like a dark alley. Ako, favorite thing ko about white shirt and black shirt is how dun sa tarp, yung parang poster, diba, na in-autograph nila after the show. Si black shirt may pirma siya talaga. I guess na black shirt na signature. Pero si white shirt, he actually just spelled out the name white shirt on top of his white shirt, which was the best thing ever. So thank you, white shirt and black shirt, for giving me something really, really wholesome to enjoy after the show. Any other thoughts on these matches? Lalo na yung performance ni na SJM and our boy Main Max.
Oh yeah. So Main Max, again, another Filipino thing for me. Great fitness journey and he's a fit inspiration. Sana maging ganun ulit yung katawan ko because I remember ganun yung katawan ko dati when I was doing my jiu-jitsu.
Look at you comparing yourself to a pro wrestler.
Yeah. Also SJM, again, like what I said, I want to stay away from him. He can beat me up and I don't want that.
Okay, let's go to sino kalaban ni Robin Sane? Was it Ken Cypher?
Ken Cypher, right.
Ken Cypher.
Yun, sige, Robin Sane versus Ken Cypher. I was pretty surprised to see Robin Sane get booed. I always thought he would be the career babyface in MWF. What happened there?
Okay, so for the past few episodes of MWF Action Novela TV and siguro pati na rin yung Republica, Robin Sane has always come up short and he thinks he's like the solution in everything. Pero parang he just makes everything worse. And at this point, parang delusionally optimistic na lang siya. And I think this would eventually lead to him turning heel.
What about Ken Cypher and his latest outing?
Oh yeah, so si Ken Cypher, parang ang laki ng improvement niya compared to last time in Republica. Parang actually parang pinakita niya talaga yung pagka Asian nightmare niya as he called himself during his match with Mix Valdez in an AKTV episode. Pinakita niya talaga he took down a big guy. So dala-dala niya na yung momentum na yon on the way to Road to Fate. So and then eventually he beats Robin Sane, and I am pretty impressed, and I want to see more of him.
Does Ken Cypher have the best hair in MWF?
Absolutely, I want that.
Yeah, nakakaingit no? I don't know about you, but I also noticed now when Ken Cypher came out, I was like, that opening theme song is very, very familiar.
Yeah, it was
napansin ni Rowen yan. I know he did.
Yeah, it's the PWR OBB. I mean, I think ano naman yun eh. What do you call that?
It's
license.
stock music. Yeah.
Kind of hard to forget for people like me and Rose since we were actually on that said OBB.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the Falls Count Anywhere match?
All right. So, noong una like during the first 5 minutes of the match, or whenever they're hitting each other with weapons, nakaka-enjoy siya, even with the crowd interaction. Very, very fantastic right there. Pero at some point, parang feeling ko tumatagal siya, which is parang nakakapagod.
So nag-drag siya for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like on the next match, like it was a tag match, parang everyone, like even in the crowd, parang di na nila na-enjoy, like everyone was quiet. Kaya, I mean, I still enjoyed the tag match, pero I don't know if other people enjoyed it too. Also, sa Falls Count Anywhere match na to, I've noticed that it's only pinfalls only. Like, I believe the ring announcer didn't announce na it's a pinfall only, or probably I wasn't paying attention. Pero I remember pagka Falls Count Anywhere, kahit submission, it always counts. So when Danny Zamora locked in the Boston Crab on Razael, nagtap na si Razael, but it's only pinfalls only, like as the referee said. So nagtaka ako, bakit hindi nag-count? Why didn't they declare it? They declared it on the spot. Parang they're preventing Danny Zamora from winning at all.
What did you think of the whole turf war atmosphere? Kasi diba si Razael taga Tondo, si Danny Zamora galing Etivac. So what did you think about that motif?
I mean, I just want to see them fight actually. Kahit like give them a best of 7 series. Like I think that was like their 5th match overall. I just want to see them fight. Like, I mean, I don't think it's a turf war anymore. It's like personal lang talaga eh. Like they just hate each other's guts. So I just want to have them locked in a steel cage someday, probably. Even if their feud is done, they can lock themselves inside the cage and then do their match.
It's only their 3rd match, so relax.
Sorry.
Okay. Any other thoughts on the other matches? Like you mentioned, yung tag team match ni na Mix Valdez and Canto Kilabot Terror versus Barangay Bagsakan.
The only critique I would give is yung tag team finisher nila ng Barangay Bagsakan, which consists of Chelsea Marie and CJ Serafin. Yung tag finisher nila, it's a bit basic pero it would do. It can be fixed a little bit. Medyo linisin lang nila ng konti. They would successfully hit it in sync. Like, kasi they delivered a double drop kick. Medyo nahuli si CJ, I believe. One of them nahuli sila in delivering the move, but still finished the match perfectly.
All right. And do you want to say anything about El Catiponero versus Aaron Liwanag?
Okay, so between El Catiponero and Purple Shirt, or Aaron Liwanag as we know him now, medyo di ko gusto like the fact that the big guy gets taken down easily. Parang, why would you take a bump from someone who is small? Parang ganun. Someone like Aaron Liwanag should not be taken down easily. So, but still, I guess parang napapalakas din si El Catiponero. Parang it shows that he is someone to look out.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron Liwanag is a big dude. I have stood next to him. He is way taller than I am. So I see what you're saying there. Do you want to talk about the fan atmosphere? Kasi, di ba, in the time of the pandemic, we've only really been to 2 live shows. So, what can you say about this crowd? And would you like to compare the crowd we were among at PETA versus the crowd we were with nung nasa Ateneo tayo for Republica?
I think mas malakas yung crowd in PETA Theater. Maybe it's an illusion because like maliit lang yung
Mas malaki
venue.
naman talaga. Like the Arete venue could only seat like 100 people if I remember correctly. So
Parang konti
the
lang.
house is bigger.
Yeah. No, but what I mean is kahit maliit lang yung venue and decent enough of people are there. Konti lang yung nasa balcony but the noise is enough to amplify the entire venue. And I think maganda 'yon. The Arete event okay lang but mas enjoyable pa rin yung PETA Theater because madali ka lang mag-start ng crowd chant, mag-amplify agad. So ako, I get to start a Let's Go Black Shirt and Let's Go Fabio chant easily. Pero siguro back then, I would get ignored.
Mm-hmm. I was pretty surprised seeing more unfamiliar faces. Yun yung mga napapansin ko kasi it's easy to spot the usual suspects at your local wrestling shows. But mas pinagtutunan ko ng pansin na, oh, bago to ah. Like, I've never seen this person before. And I haven't seen this many new faces in the crowd in quite a while. So it was nice to see these new people at the crowd. And hindi lang puro lalaki. It was nice that there were wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes and ages as well, which really tells you that, I guess, MWF has presented itself as a family-friendly outing. There were even kids in the crowd, diba? So I guess that's a good sign for the type of house that MWF is able to draw. Zooming out, Rowen, MWF Road to Fate, it has come and gone. So would you like to give it a letter grade as our resident reviewer?
I don't want to give it a letter grade. I'll just give it a 1.75 grade.
And in what grading scale is that? Kasi there's the style grading scale and there is a UP grading scale where that is high.
Yun, ano ka ba? Super low nun.
I mean, in my school, that's pasado.
Okay.
Sakto pa yung tres.
Okay. Sige.
That's
So
decent enough, man.
So we don't know what that actually was. So 1.75 is on the higher end, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Next time, linawin mo naman para di ma-shock yung mga taga-MWF. Ha? Bagsak tayo sa mata ni Rowen.
Di ma-shock yung mga taga-Lasal.
Linawin natin, 1 yung highest, so 175 yung rating mo for Road to Fate.
Yes.
3 is pasang-awa and what? 4 or 5 is the failing?
Yeah, that's a failing grade.
Right.
Okay. Sige. So, mental note na letter grade na lang tayo next time para di magulo, ha?
Yep.
Well, no, it's fine. If he doesn't know what the letter grade corresponds to, then wala rin.
The last time kasi I gave a letter grade was A and nagulat din si Chino. Wow, that's so good on you.
All right.
Okay. So, we don't know yet ano yung details ng next show, but do you want to manifest anything? Like, any expectations you want MWF to fulfill at the next big live event that they'll host?
Well, I just want another PETA Theater event, actually. I want them to hold their next event, PETA. Kung kaya ng budget nila, sure. Pero it would be interesting if they would do mall shows as well.
Again.
Again ba?
Yeah,
right.
Diba, meron sa Resorts World and sa Pure Gold.
Oh, right. Okay. But yeah, hopefully they would do mall shows again. Free shows. I don't know how they did that, but I hope.
Sponsor.
Right. It's the sponsor.
Okay. Kaya kailangan natin ng mga progressive match flow, Rowen, para free show para sa mga tulad nating audience, diba?
Right.
Okay, so are you saying that you kind of want PETA to be like a home base moving forward?
Yes, kind of, and because PETA has a huge place in my heart, and like I've been there, and I just want it. I just want to visit there from time to time. Especially the perfect time would be if there's an MWF show there.
All right. Any other things you want to say on the record to the MWF roster, the production crew, the entire team working on the show?
Oh, right. So thank you so much for entertaining us. Sobrang nakakamangha, like everything, the drama, you made us excited and everything. I will support you until the end. And I will subscribe to Gank every month.
Okay. I didn't put him to that. I didn't put him up to that. So that's all him. Yeah. So yeah. So in case anyone
and support my friends.
Yeah. In case anyone is listening to this, I didn't ask him to say any of those things.
All right. So that's it. That's Rowen's MWF review for Road to Fate. Congrats, Rowen. We did it. We survived. Holy shit.
All right.
All right. If you want to dispute anything Rowen said, please tag him on Twitter at Monday Night Rowen. Tag Rowen and Rowen alone. Wag niyo na pong idamay ang buong podcast. As we wind down here, you know that we'd love to have your support here on the Wrestling Podcast as well. And now is as good a time as any to support us with your online shopping, particularly on Shopee.
Right. So again, payday sales are happening probably next week. So if you are also getting things from Shopee, all you got to do is use our affiliate link to support the podcast in the process. podlink.co/W9X, podlink.co/ the letter W, the number 9, and the letter X. Type that in your mobile browser, add the cart, and check out from the app. And what you buy will also help us do what we do here in the podcast at no extra cost.
And thank you as well to everybody who has been supporting the show, whether it's by listening, by streaming, and by joining us on the audio onlys. However you do it, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It goes a long way. And if you want to keep supporting the show on the live streams, our next one is on Thursday, as always, at 7 p.m. on Kumu at Wrestling Pod or on Facebook.com/Wrestling Podcast. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media at Monday Night Rowen, at Rowiswar, at Chino Supersize, and at _Stancy. And of course, for our TikTok and Twitter, it is at Wrestling2XPod. Thank you to our friends as well from PNA for all of the work that you do behind the scenes. And on behalf of Rowen ASH and Ro Moran, my name is Stancy, encouraging everyone to follow us on TikTok because of our Road to 10K journey. And please keep your masks on, get your vaccines and boosters if and when you can. We'll catch you on Thursday. Wrestling Podcast out. Bye-bye.
Peace.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.